He was a star, but he didn't get far. That's the way of fortune and fame. Yeah, he was funny, made lots of money, but you can't remember his name. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. He went to parties and he met starlets, even had a wife or two.
Sorry.
Those were the good days, those were the old days, but now those days are through. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. It was November or maybe December. She saw him on a TV show. He did a guest spot and then she remembered his name was Hollywood Joe. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. Buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. She says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. And she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time. So for now, she just wants to Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. But she still wants to be your friend, 'cause if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help them move their stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. Girl, I know that it's all over now, but it's 8 p.m. on Friday night. The Uber rates are surging high. Oh girl, I promise not to cry again, but I'd really like if we could wait until the price goes down. She wants to Uber home now, and it's not negotiable. So open up that stupid app, get her address and all that crap, and just admit that it was never meant to be. 'Cause right now, she says she wants to Uber home.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. As always, please tell me there were some people out there that thought that maybe there was something wrong with your equipment. Because that's not what I was trying to do, but that would be kind of funny. Anyway, Nymph Mystical says, "Hi, Henry. It's been ages since I've attended a stream." That's right. I think I completely forgot how to cook. Well, you came to the right place. We're going to be doing some cooking today. And I'm just going to go ahead here and read off some of the alerts. Beelzebub, oh my goodness. And thank you so much, Beelzebub, for your code that you included, your coded message, because it got us back on track. Beelzebub gifted, or not gifted, but subscribed for 50 months, a tier 3 level. Computer, how many years is 50 months?
50 months is 4 years and 2 months.
So for 4 years at the tier 3 level, thank you so much, Beelzebub, for all that you do. Also, M. Cariotti, our old friend M. Cariotti says, "Hello, Henry and Brisket. It feels like I just celebrated my anniversary of using a few days ago. The month was fast. By the way, do you think Jose Suicidio will write a jingle for Smithfield?" Very possibly. Thank you also for reminding me. Today's stream is sponsored by Smithfield Prepared Pork Products, and we're going to be going over their website a couple of times throughout the stream. They are sponsoring us this entire month, and last month and into this month as well, and I'm very thankful. So a jingle? Yeah, maybe so. Sounds like that would be a cool thing. And it's Kate X. Thank you so much for your 47-month subscription and all that you do. It says here, Jeff Bezos personally texted me this morning to ask if I'm ever going to use my sub on anyone else. I left him unread. Did you mean unread or unread? That's probably a terminology that I just am not familiar with. Left him on read. I assume that probably means... Oh, M. Cariotti says ennui. Computer, what does ennui mean?
As a noun, envy is usually defined as a feeling of discontent or covetousness with regard to another's advantages, success,
not what I asked,
etc. As a verb, envy is usually defined as...
Computer, stop. It's not what I... It's not what I asked for. Wait, we're getting a message here. The sponsored subs are not 50%. That doesn't make sense. They should be. I'm not really sure why that would be. During these streams, supposedly, if you sub, you get a 50% off thanks to our sponsor. Whoa, what the fuck? Dooza just gifted 10 tier 1 subs. That's amazing. Thank you, Dooza. That's very kind of you. We have a lot of work to do, and I'm sorry if I feel a little off-put, but... And Game Master Flash, unbelievable. Game Master Flash just gifted 10 tier 1 subs as well. Thank you very much. And It's Kate X, you're absolutely right. Push refresh if you can't see the 50% off, because it should be there. Game Master Flash says, big fart. Computer Fart for me says, I think...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
It's Elephant. Royal Flush 9 just gifted 10 tier 1 subs. I am overwhelmed. We have 699 subscribers. We haven't had that many subscribers since the very beginning days here at Henry's Kitchen. What the fuck? Beelzebub just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Amazing. Thank you so much. That's very kind of all of you. And I also want to shout out Coco Loco Bun. Coco Loco Bun has subscribed as well. And Lady Dina has cheered 10 bits. Amazing. Thank you, Lady Dina. And we also have some cheering coming from Seamsy. Thank you, Seamsy. Wow, this is getting off to a great start. You're a wonderful group of people, a wonderful community. And we've been having a lot of fun streams here with these sponsored streams. And I'm looking forward to today. I'll show you if you want to see what we're going to be making. Beanie Bobini just resubscribed for 9 months. Thank you, Beanie Bobini. And I'm sorry, it's occurring to me now that I forgot to change the opening. That was quinoa and sausage stuffed peppers. That's what we made on, what was that, Sunday. And that came out really, really delicious. Hey, Fontero. Thank you very much for subscribing, Fontero. And Sir Gergs a lot. No, Sir Zergs a lot. Do you zerg a lot? Thank you very much for subscribing, Sir Zergs a lot. And Opalescent Egg gifted a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Opalescent Egg. And these are really cool names. Sir Zergalot says, I do. He does Zergs a lot. Is that like twerking? I never knew what Zergs... Computer, what does Zergs mean?
Zerg is usually defined as a grease nipple.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess we know what that means now. Okay, so let's go ahead here and look at our ingredients. Well, we're not... This isn't what I wanted to show. It always does this. It's not what I wanted to pull up. Why is this always a situation? It's when I go to this screen and then it starts freaking out. So stupid. Okay, what's happening here? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. This is the mac and cheese. We're going to be doing a very special twist on the old comfort classic mac and cheese. We're going to be doing here in the United States, we celebrate our independence, and it's going to be Independence Day here. So what I'm going to do to show a little bit of patriotism, I'm going to use American cheese, which we have here as a mac and cheese. So in a way, it's sort of like the Italian with the macaroni, which is, I believe, an Italian dish. And the American cheese, it's sort of like coming together. Hey, Royal Flush 9 says, Happy Canada Day. Canadian users, absolutely. Happy everybody. I hope everybody's happy. Everyone type Forson says, twist his dick. Okay. And Game Master Flash says, wait, just one kind of cheese? Yeah, we're just going to be using the one cheese. If we wanted to go gourmet, we would do a 3 cheese, or as they call it, tres leches, our friends south of the border. Lycon 2010 says, it's my dad's birthday today. Can you tell Samuel Vasquez happy birthday? We sure can. Let's do that, because I was looking for something to get us into the music. Let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to start by changing the picture. This is a great picture that was sent to us by Caratini. Thank you, Caratini. We have so many great pictures here. Ooh, Michelle C. went to Japan and got a picture from this bamboo forest. Let's use this for, was it Samuel Vasquez's happy birthday. Here we go. I don't do the traditional happy birthday song because apparently it's copyrighted and you have to pay this lady hundreds of thousands of dollars if you use it. But Computer, what's the name of the lady who wrote the Happy Birthday song?
From songlyrics.com. Happy Birthday was written by Carly Simon.
Not Carly Simon. Guys, don't ever get information from the computer or internet or any of these so-called smart device.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, it's not who it is. Can we get, can I ask the powers that be here, can we get a fact check on who wrote the Happy Birthday song? I think it might have been Mildred. It was one of those kind of names. And either way, we don't do that song. We do the Nobody's Birthday song. Mildred J. Hill and Patti Smith Hill in 1893. And they owned it until it became public domain. And then their reign of terror was over. Game Master Flash, Nobody's Birthday is my favorite Jose tune. Okay, great. Well, that's what we're going to do right now. It's nobody's birthday. No need for candles on the cake. It's nobody's birthday. It was just some big mistake. It's nobody's birthday, and I don't care what anybody says. But it's nobody's birthday but Samuel Vasquez. No, it's nobody's birthday but Samuel Vasquez's. Happy birthday, Samuel Vasquez. And to Samuel's, where was the original post here? I can't find it, but thanks to the user who requested that song for their dad, I think. Hey, it looks like Anonymous has gifted a tier 1 sub to Alexa play Careless Whisper. Thank you so much, Anonymous. We love the work that you do. Anonymous is always doing the digital hacking and whatnot in the cause of social justice, and we're here for it, Anonymous. And also, Anonymous is struggling with alcoholism and addiction and wrote the song Greensleeves in the Renaissance period. And Anonymous also wrote those funny lyrics, or those limericks that they do. You know, like there was the man from Nantucket or whatever. Sorry, I've got allergies this week and I can't even try to hide them. I don't know if it always says plural allergies, but I think it might be singular. I have an allergy to something, but I don't think it's brisket. Hey, I've got a very exciting thing to show you here. Let's go back on our temporary mascot here, Brisket, who you would think, by looking at the stream, that all Brisket ever does is just sleep all the time and does nothing. Guitar Joe says, have you done the prick test, the allergy prick test? You know, I think I did it. I couldn't really tell. I didn't think the guy was a real doctor. It was at the 7-Eleven behind the building. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to work here. I got some video of Brisket in a rare mood, and I think that Brisket might have a super talent for running. I recorded it in slow-mo, but nonetheless, this is going to be pretty exciting for you. Watch this. This is Brisket coming down the hallway of my apartment. Look, there she is. Wasn't that incredible? Yeah, she floats on the air. It's really, really something to see. Quanto says it's AI for sure. Well, there's no way to disprove it. Maybe that's the thing. She goes and runs in the hallway at night, and that's why she always looks like she's just so tuckered out. You've really got a talent there. But it's a little sad that she's not really a dog that anybody wants to adopt. We keep having to lower the price. We started at $10,000. Now it's down to like $8,000. But I don't think anybody's doing it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we're gonna turn off the AC here. I also want to apologize for some of this construction that you might hear going on outside. Nothing I can do about that because it's not our building, it's the building across the hall. Hey, Game Master Flash sent a fun picture from Japan. The users went on a trip to Japan. This is cool. So, Flash, let us know a little bit more about this. It looks to me a little bit like that game that we used to play, The Headliners. Remember that, where you'd get a Godzilla type thing going after you? This is very cool. It's a little off-putting in a way. Terrifying. Butt Smasher Masher says, maybe try 50,000. 50,000 what? I've already forgotten whatever the conversation is. I wasn't really paying attention. Computer, can you say again what Zergs means?
From DaybreakGames.com. To Zerg means to have a huge mass of unorganized units swarm an area and hope to win by means of superior numbers, often without regard for their life.
Okay, I don't think that's what it said the first time. I'm going to have to watch the DVD on that. Game Master Flash says this is a statue of Godzilla on top of a hotel Gracery in Shinjuku. They have several Godzilla-themed rooms you can stay in. Wow, that is really fun. Everything that you've shown me, I've never been to Japan, but I have to go in my lifetime. It's definitely a bucket list item. When you're young, you just say, oh, I want to do that sometime. But when you start getting old, you start saying it's a bucket list. Which means it's something you want to do before you die, and you're kind of in a hurry. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, what the fuck? Purple Donut Filling His Fruit, thank you so much for subscribing at the Tier 3 level. That is very, very kind of you. If anybody's watching, whoa, we're at 738 subscribers right now. That's truly incredible. Thank you so much for that support, everybody. Venus Frogsky says, okay. Yeah, okay, right back to you. It's Kate X says, what the fuck? Capacious T says, the littlest fan and I were discussing how so much of anime and Japanese pop culture can be traced back to the bomb. Really? Wow, I did not know that. That sounds like it would be an interesting subject for a documentary. Malton 33, but you can imagine that, of course, it would have a major impact on their culture and such. We also have Carreño Opinion gives us this picture. Yeah, this is depicting that moment that always seems to happen. Not again. Roach Swallower says, so good. Yeah, thanks, Carreño Opinion. This is really depicting a major moment that we always have here at Henry's Kitchen. And it really looks quite a lot like me, unfortunately. Waffles92 says, is this pre-recorded? No, this is completely in real time that we're doing right now. As a matter of fact, I don't have a newspaper, but I can read the side of this Trader Joe's almonds, cranberries, and cashews Trek mix, which expires on the date of January 7, 2027. So that should prove to you that this is a live broadcast. All right, everybody, let's go ahead now and do a song, shall we? Let's find a good background for this. We had a request. I'm trying to remember who gave us this request. I think it was Phaedrus, our friend Phaedrus, also known as Thichin Hat, also known as Tiknot, which I think is the way that you're supposed to pronounce it. So let me go ahead and find another back. Here, Maui Girl. Let's use Maui Girl's picture. Maui Girl 45 lives in just the most idyllic of all circumstances. It's truly incredible when you think about it. Maui Girl gets to wake up every morning and see this. Apparently Maui Girl does, however, live in a school bus without a working toilet. But you know what? If you could wake up every morning and just see this, that would make up for it, kind of. Tech Shabby says, will someone over there put a note in the Trader Joe suggestion box and tell them Hawaii needs them here? Are you there too, Tech Shabby? You and Maui Girl both get to wake up and see this stuff all the time? Do you also live in a school bus? Yeah, let's get Trader Joe's. Can we do that? Can I ask our moderators, is there any way we can get Trader Joe's to go to Hawaii? That would be great if you could work on that. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, who needs toilets when you can poop on the sidewalk? Is that something they do there? I'd never even heard that. Tech Shabby says, gosh, my view is much more urban. Oh yeah? Well, it all looks very beautiful to me. Maui Girl says, that's my ex's Lanai view. Wow. Okay, well, we're going to use it. This is actually, the song that we're doing is more about the Jersey Shore. It's by a band called Looking Glass, I think, that was very much a part of the Jersey Shore sound, along with the Four Seasons and Bruce Springsteen and a couple other bands. But we're going to put a Hawaiian tropics sort of spin on it. Venom Plays 777 says, beautiful day out, Henry. Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? All right, let's go ahead and do this song now. But here's the thing. Nancy Drudels and Phaedrus wanted me to change the lyrics and make the lyrics about our mascot here, Brisket. I don't know, it's not the greatest view of Brisket, but it's going to have to do. So we're going to change the lyrics as we go. It's not going to be, Brandy, you're a fine girl. It's going to be something like, Brisket, you're a fine dog. Or a girl as well. Game Master Flash says, oh, a Bill Larkin, darling. Or a Bill Larkin joint. And then I looked at another one. Yeah, no, Bill Larkin would do this way better than I ever could. But I'm going to try. There's a port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away, and they talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works always lying down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round, and she serves them whiskey and wine. That part's weird. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine wait, I'm supposed to change it to Brisket. Oh. Brisket, you're a fine dog. What a good dog you would be. Your eyes could steal the sailor from the sea. Alright, let's go over to the Brisket wears a braided collar made of finest silver from the north of Spain, and a locket that bears the name of the owner that she used to have. He came on a summer's day bringing bones from far away, and he made it clear that he couldn't be her owner because the harbor was his home. The sailors say, Brisket, you're a fine girl. What a good dog you would be. But my dog, my lover, my pet is the sea. Okay, now if I can show this video, that would be amazing. Yeah, Brisket used to watch his eyes when he told his sailor stories. She could feel the ocean fall and rise. Actually, she didn't really know what he was talking about because she's a dog, but still, she knew that he believed it, and that made her feel good. He always told the truth, she thinks, but she would have been okay even if he didn't, because he was feeding her, and that was more important than honesty. Did Husky Boyo just join us? Hey, Husky Boyo, good to see you. And she does her best to understand. At night, when the bars close down, Brisket walks through a silent town and loves a man who's not around. Still she can hear him say, she hears him say, Brisket, you're a good dog. What a good dog you would be. But my pet, my lover, my lady is the sea. Can you hear him say, Brisket, you're a fine dog. What a good pet you would be. But the problem is I like cats. Something like that. Thanks, Phaedrus and Nancy Droodles, for suggesting that. I like it. Scuba Steve 361 says, I never understood this song. Why didn't he just marry the girl and get a saltwater aquarium for the living room? Yeah, that would have been a solution that would have made everybody happy. Hey, is Bill Larkin Music here? Bill Larkin Music, all one word. Please follow Bill Larkin Music if you like people taking classic songs and improvising through them like I was attempting to do, but failed pretty badly, especially in the beginning. But I caught the hang of it a little bit better. But yeah, check out Bill's channel there. Corinne Opinion says, hi, Henry and the users. Did you see the portrait I drew? Yeah, we just enjoyed it. Here, let's put it back on here. It seems to me that you were depicting a situation that happened here at the same time. Very, very interesting. Oh, not again. All right, everybody. Well, I want to say again, well, let's check in on our alerts here. Husky Boyo, thank you so much, Husky Boyo, for your subscription. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit, thanks again for your Tier 3 subscription. Absolutely amazing. I want to reiterate, we have been doing this campaign for the last month. The streams here at Henry's Kitchen for 1 month are sponsored by Smithfield Prepared Pork Products. And if you subscribe during the stream, you actually get 50% off. And it's actually been working, and I want to thank them because We have 739 subscribers, which is more than we've, I think, ever had here at Henry's Kitchen. So that's pretty cool. In return, I'm going to take this opportunity to show you their website. It's just going to be a few minutes of going through that situation. I need to find it. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So, and then I have to do one more thing here. Okay. So this is the website. This is Smithfield, and I'm just going to tell you ahead of time that this particular portion of the stream, this segment, is sponsored by Smithfield Prepared Pork Products. Here's the thing, guys. The summertime is here. It's not just lurking around the corner anymore. It's actually here, and it's here with a vengeance. And this is your chance to be the most popular person in your social group, because you can have a barbecue. And we all know what that means, that if you're the one having the barbecue, you're the one responsible for whether people eat or not. And so therefore everybody likes you, even if it's just for that moment. But this is going to be your favorite tool, because these products are already pre-prepared by professionals, and all you do is throw them on the grill or heat them in any way. Even if you're just at home watching, Jeopardy or whatever, you can just throw one of these in the oven. But it's prepared pork, and you're going to be kind of blown away by the types of meats that they have that are prepared. So by prepared, meaning that you don't have to be the one who's putting them in a plastic bag and shaking them or whatever and putting all kinds of marinade and whatnot in there. So I'm just going to read off some of these points. Whether you're hosting a backyard barbecue or just a casual family get-together, Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork delivers bold, craveable flavor with minimal prep. These ready-to-cook products are freshly seasoned and marinated, making it easy to serve up versatile, protein-packed meals any night of the week. Featuring bold new flavors and cuts. Look at some of the stuff they've got here. Garlic and herb, sweet and smoky barbecue, osso buco, chipotle, Caribbean jerk, carnitas. I love carnitas. Cilantro lime mesquite barbecue and brown sugar barbecue. Someone mentioned al pastor. That's one of the most incredible newer flavors. I'm sure it's been around a while, but for me, I've only recently had it. And alongside new cuts like pre-sliced ham strips, pork chops, fillets. And the thing about these is they're effortless. They literally don't require, you can do the very least amount of work. Oh, somebody said they hear the echo and it's annoying. I'm going to get rid of it for you. Check. Testing the mic. Have we turned off the echo? I know some people get triggered by echo, and I don't blame them. It's a very disturbing sort of a sound. It's like somebody's in a cave or whatever. So, okay, thank you, Akamura, for bringing that to our attention. And we've corrected the problem. So let's get back here. So not only effortless, meaning that you just heat and serve for bold, no-fuss flavor, but they're versatile. From burrito bowls to barbecue mac and cheese to pasta salads, endless flavor options make mealtime easy. And it's true. If you think about all the different forms of spices there are, internationally too, look, you've got Korean, you've got carne asada, and you've got good old sweet and smoky barbecue, pork belly. I mean, you've got every type of region represented here in terms of however you like your pork. So these are also protein packed, so a satisfying high protein option with 19 grams per serving to keep you full and fueled. Pick up Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork at Walmart for an easy, flavorful weeknight meal. And I want to say also, if you go to this website, which should be displaying for you, you should be... Akamura 1987 said, I bought 10. Thanks. Wow. Illy says, Chork Pops. It's Kate X has given you the link. Thank you, It's Kate X. So if you put in your zip code, it'll tell you what store you can go to pick this stuff up. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I'm definitely pretty impressed. And we've actually made some of their stuff here, and we'll make more as we go. Thank you very much, Smithfield, for sponsoring us here at Henry's Kitchen, and hopefully I did an okay job reading through that. And thanks, Corinne Pinion, for giving us this cool background. We're going to switch to a different background now. Why don't we go... Danny Dog gives us this beautiful picture. Now, is this your house? Is this something that you see from your backyard, or were you at a lake or something like that? It's very, very nice. Thank you for sending that, Danny Dog. Corinne Opinion, yeah, you did a wonderful job. I think that it looks a lot like me, that picture, and I'm a little depressed about it. But, yeah. Akamuro, yeah, of course this isn't a picture of their house. What I meant was maybe this is a picture from their house, but that would be weird too, unless they had one of those riverfront properties. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's do another song, shall we? We've got more music here. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, you know what? We had a very interesting request come down the pike from our user named... Where is it? Oh boy, did I? Oh, I'd have to go back on my in the Discord. Oh, Sociopathogen wanted me to play some Scott Joplin, and I actually do happen to know how to play this on the guitar a little bit. But we have a few guitar players out there, and I'm gonna do the best I can. It's not gonna be easy. It's actually extremely difficult to play this particular piece on guitar, but I'm going to put the reverb back on because that actually covers up a few mistakes here and there. Okay, Danny Dog, thanks for that picture. I think we want something a little more urban for this. We're going to go back about 100 years to, oh, here, Guitar Joe, speaking of guitars, sent an awesome picture of their guitar picks. Look at these. They're made out of stone. Apparently, he got them in, what was it, Philadelphia or something like that? Pennsylvania. Really, really cool. These are great. And I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and do... Okay, we're going to use... we don't really have anything urban. The most urban one we've got here is the... Game Master Flash. So let's go ahead and use that. Whoa! Guitar Joe, that's very kind of you. Extremely kind of you. Thank you so much for giving us, you donated, it looks like you donated $19.95. And it says here there's a message. Henry, I give these handmade stone picks to only my biggest guitar heroes. I've given them to Greg Howe. Wow, Vinnie Moore, amazing. Guthrie Govan in person as tokens of my appreciation. Come to Central Europe and there's a pick with your name on it. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, that is a really cool pick. All right, we're going to go. Dark Ages here has a picture that we're going to use. Dark Ages says, cool chandelier. No, that's not right. This isn't a chandelier. I must have been reading a different one. Sorry, every now and then I get really flustered. Let's go back. Dark Ages has a caption here. Oh, this photo is of a rainbow that appeared to us after a storm rained us out on the edge of Canyonlands in Utah. It's an incredible, beautiful place if you can ever get out there. So is Canyons, is that anywhere near? I've been to Zion National Park, and that was cool. Joe Pupalazzi 69420 Weed says, Henry waits for us at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, I sure do. And I've got a pot of gold. All right. Sahara Destruction, good to see you. All right, we're going to go ahead and do Sociopathogen wanted to hear this song. It's called The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. It was a game changer. Scott Joplin introduced ragtime to culture, to American culture anyway. Computer, when was The Entertainer written by Scott Joplin?
From Scribe.com. The Entertainer was composed by Scott Joplin in 1899 and became his most famous composition.
Wow, 127 years it's been. Can you believe that? My God. Okay, here we go. It's very difficult, so I'm going to really screw it up, but I'm going to do the best that I can here. Hold on. Not designed for the guitar. Six chord. Or was that a 13th? I don't know. Switching. This is Villalobos. This is Triumph. I was able to end in the same key. Very sloppy. I apologize for that. Hopefully the reverb covered up a lot of the little mistakes. But thanks, everybody. Corinne Pinion says, nice little blend of piano and guitar stuff. Thanks. Raggerballin says, impressed. Thanks, Raggerballin. Son of Gamer is taken. Thank you very much. And thanks, M. Cariotti. Well, thank you all very much. That's very kind of you. We've got a couple of other fun pictures that we're going to go through here. Pisces Baby sends us this one. Look at this. This is very cool. Now, did we ever determine what some of these are called? Whoa, Mimsy Coon, thank you so much for subscribing at the tier 3 level. That's very, very generous of you to subscribe to that extreme level. And Bill Larkin Music, all one word, Bill Larkin Music. Check out Bill's channel. It really is great. And thank you, Bill, for gifting that tier 1 sub. And thanks, Mimsy Coon. Good to see you. Guitar Joe says, Son of Gamers Take means that Son of Gamers Taken is taken. Oh, okay. Mr. Cookie III says, hey, Henry, do you know the one that plays when Michael Madsen cuts a guy's ear off? It's about jokers and clowns. Oh, you mean clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, stuck in the middle. Yeah, isn't that Steelers Wheel? Jerry Rafferty's original band. I can learn it. You just need to put it in the Discord section so I can prep it a little bit. Yeah, that's a great song. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean now. Son of Gamer is taken means that the name Son of Gamer is taken. Is that right? I think I might be getting it. Fat Honger sends us this picture of one of the most beautiful cities in the world, San Francisco, presumably during Pride. Thank you very much, Fat Hunger, for sending us all the really awesome pictures of San Francisco that you send. It reminds me it's been way too long since I've been there. I need to get back to the Punchline in San Francisco. Beelzebub, I think, lives somewhere around there. I need to get to the Punchline in the financial district. Actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that my good buddy Patrick Keane is there this week headlining at the club. So if you get a chance, go see Patrick Keane. You might remember him from some of our Henry's Kitchen videos. He's famously the guy who threw a fish at me. Thanks for sending this, Fat Hunger, and always good to see you. And let's see what else we've got here. I Slap Cat Butts sent us this one. And I want to make it clear, we've talked to I Slap Cat Butts a little bit, and I Slap Cat Butts actually does slap cat butts, but does them in a very nice way that the cats appreciate. There's nothing nefarious happening with this kind of slapping. Okay, because cats do, I remember from my cat roast beef, he hated me as a person, but he didn't mind when I gave him little pats on the bum bum. Okay, Corinne Opinion says that actor really did sound like he hated your ass. He's great. Yeah, I think if Patrick's not at the Punchline in San Francisco this week, then go to his website. Just look up Patrick Keane and Keane and just find out where he's playing, because he's great. Please don't feed the seagulls or they will SOY. They'll soy? We were having difficulty with the word soy recently. I see. This is an acronym. I think they mean shit on you. I like soy. I like all things soy. Love soy sauce when I go out to a Chinese restaurant. I absolutely love soy riso. Soybeans, I think. I don't know if I've had soybeans. Corinne Opinion says, do you know now what soy boy means? I guess it means you're somebody who really likes soy. But is it something that's meant to be an insult? Because that would be kind of silly. Computer, what is a soy boy?
According to Wikipedia, soy boy is a pejorative term sometimes used in online communities to describe men perceived to be lacking masculine characteristics.
Okay, so apparently it's pejorative, but I don't remember what pejorative means. Computer, can you tell me what pejorative means?
As an adjective, Pejorative is usually defined as having a disparaging, derogatory, or belittling effect or force. As a noun, pejorative is usually defined as a pejorative form or word, as poetaster.
Computer, can you define disparaging?
The adjective disparaging is usually defined as that disparages, tending to belittle or bring reproach upon.
Computer, can you define derogatory?
The adjective derogatory is usually defined as tending to lessen the merit or reputation of a person or thing, disparaging, depreciatory.
Okay, computer, stop. It's trying to impress me with all these big words when all I want to know is it an insult or is it not? I don't know. But either way, I'm sure it wasn't an insult, and I'm sure it was meant with the best of intentions. Joe Pupalazzi 69420 Weed says, down the description of words rabbit hole. Yeah, and is it just me, or I remember when I was in school, they would yell at you if you tried to define a word using the word. Like if the teacher said, what does disparaging mean? And I said, it's when you disparage. You'd get a smack right in the face. That's the way we did it when I was a kid. That's. I don't think they do that anymore. But you'd get just a big punch square across the jaw for saying something like that in your definition. Official Shitter says they told me an entertaining story, which I won't repeat here. Well, I'm sure it's a great story. Maybe it's something that wouldn't be appropriate, but it's hard to believe. Sahara Destruction says my parents would. Yeah. Oh boy. Chuck Logan says the nuns used to punch you right in the kisser. Yeah. They apparently. I remember my mom saying that she saw when she was a kid. She saw a nun slap a young man in the ear. Pancake King says, well, I made it. Well, I'm glad you made it, Pancake King. I don't know what you made. Did you make a pancake? Capacious T says they used to beat the hell out of us in Alabama at school. Okay, everybody, I think we're getting off. I want to read this message from our friend JV's Tech. JV's Tech says, hello, Henry. Just sitting in the parking lot of my gym trying to convince myself it's okay to go in and get beat up. Thank you for the brief respite and fleeting moment of zen before I go make my arthritis worse. Happy birthday, Henry. Hey, JV's Tech, is today your big day? Because JV's Tech is doing I think it's an MMA fight at some point, and he's been training for it, and it's pretty inspiring. I like also that you're going in knowing that you're going to get beat up, because that way you can only be proven correct or pleasantly surprised. Maybe you're going to go up and beat up the other guy. JV's Tech has subscribed at the tier 3 level. Thank you so much, JV's Tech. That's very, very nice of you, and we wish you all the luck in the world doing a very difficult thing. Not something that you're going to see me doing anytime soon, that's for sure. But definitely very impressed here, JV's Tech. I hope that goes well, for real. Okay, Dandyface94 says, hi, Henry. With the horrifying news of the earthquake in Venezuela, yeah, that was really tough to read about. I hope if you have family in Venezuela, I hope you're okay. Or if you're in Venezuela, I hope you're okay. I think a lot of us have been confronted with the idea that the lives we've spent so much time and energy building could all come crashing down at a moment's notice. You're absolutely right. Not to mention the projected increase of natural disasters worldwide. The threat of nuclear war rearing its ugly head again, or the crumbling infrastructure of many countries rife with government corruption. Have you ever made meat pies? Okay, well, this is an excellent question, Dandyface94. There was a very long intro there that I don't know if I follow how that was relevant, but I did understand your last question. Have I ever made meat pies? And it turns out it's just a yes or no question, and the answer is no. I've made something called a B-Rock. Computer, what is B-Rock?
Rock orchestra is an orchestra known for musical works such as You Know Estes, Vendedor de Sueños, and Destino.
No, that's not what I said. Brundine says it's true, it could all come crumbling down. Yeah, we all need to be careful. We need to be making meat pies or making mac and cheese, which if you're just joining us, that's what we're making here today. Look at that. This is going to be amazing. I don't have that type of pasta, but I have a fine spaghetti that we're going to cut up into macaronis. All pasta is, this is a spoiler alert here, all pasta is the same stuff. It just comes in different shapes. I think it's made of something, seminola or something. Computer, what is pasta made out of?
Pasta in red sauce typically contains salt, garlic, oil, basil, tomatoes,
No.
sugar, bay leaf, onion.
Computer,
and
stop. Literally just said pasta is made out of pasta. Okay, M. Cariotti says semolina. That's the word I was trying to think of. Son of Gamer is taken, says computer is so stupid. And I totally agree. I don't like to use that word as somebody who's not necessarily the smartest person myself. But in computer's case, I don't mind because it's not a human being. It's just ones and zeros. I'm going to get a refill on my water here. I don't have coffee brewed at the moment, but kind of wishing I did. Let's see. I think we're good on the songs. Oh, we have a couple more pictures. Let's run through the rest of our pictures, and then it's going to be time for us to go ahead and let's see here. How do I get there? Oh yeah, okay. So we did Caratini. Liberdaria sends us this very beautiful picture. My eyesight's not so great, but it looks very nice. And I'm sure there was a caption that I don't remember the caption. Sociopathogen. Hopefully you liked my rendition there earlier. Those were Trevally noodles, which taste the best for mac and cheese. Oh, Trevally. Okay. Computer, what are Trevally noodles made out of?
Traveling noodles are usually made from wheat flour, eggs, and water, sometimes with salt or oil added for flavor. They're a great portable and tasty snack for trips.
Okay. Oh, It's Kate X says part of the Hi-Bi-Kozo exhibit at Missouri Botanical Garden in St. Louis. St. Louis is an absolutely beautiful city as well. We talked about San Francisco. I really am very happy that I got to travel so much in my lifetime throughout this country. I still have a lot of world traveling to do. But this is, St. Louis really does it right. And I think Liberdaria sent another picture from St. Louis. I met Liberdaria in St. Louis at the Atomic Cowboy, which was where I was doing a show a couple years ago. Liberdaria sends us this picture. This is from the Royale, which is a restaurant in St. Louis that sells a drink here called the Reflecting Pool. Ooh. Spicy take on an aviation. Wow. This makes me feel like going out and partying. Son of Gamer is taken, says, I have to know, how did that clip with you and Siri about the flower measuring rage baiting come up? Was that scripted or did it actually just say blah? Oh, okay. I'm just going to say one statement here, and I hope it'll elucidate a situation. We're going to put on this background Pug Lady from Oak Creek, Arizona. Pug Lady lives in the American Southwest as well. And so there's this term rage baiting. I never thought it was called that. Rage baiting makes it sound like you're trying to make people angry. I think in my day we just called that doing a bit. I guess Spinal Tap was rage baiting. I don't really know if I agree with that term, rage baiting, but yeah, no, it was. I cannot tell a lie. There was some manipulation happening there for the benefit of the audience, which, at the end of the day, the show must go on. Parasitosis says, I am sorry I am late, Henry. I fucked up some of my toes and had to slowly hobble over to my desk. Took me like an hour. Oh, okay. No problem, Parasitosis. We're glad that you made it here anyway. And Corinne Opinion says, sorry for giving you so much new Zoomer lingo. Yeah, no, I like it. I'm going to have to learn it slowly, though, because I don't pick up on things the way that I used to. And I didn't even used to. Frivolous Disguise says, good day, Henry. I just woke up. I'm not too late, am I, for the rest of the stream? No, you're not too late for the rest of the stream at all. We're still going strong. We've got some more pictures here. Pug Lady, thanks so much for this picture. Beanie Bobini, who comes to us, this is our intern, who comes to us from the land of 10,000 lakes. And I think we found out it's actually even more than that, but they just thought, well, it sounds weird to say the land of 10,013 lakes or whatever, so let's just round it off. But they actually rounded down because that's the way Minnesota people are. They don't round up when they're bragging about their own accomplishments. They round down out of humility, and I like that. Minnesota is an incredible state, and Minneapolis, again, one of the best cities in the states. Beanie Bobini says that's a goose. Oh, really? I can't really see a goose, but that's because my eyes are kind of messed up. There goes our road construction. Parasitosa says Minnesota needs to share some of their lakes with the states with droughts. Very selfish. Yeah, although, yes, there is a way that you can funnel some of the water. I think that you just get a giant straw of some sort. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But, all right, let's see what else we have here in terms of our pictures. Did we do Cher Not the Singer, otherwise known as Chernot the Singer? This is beautiful. Okay, this is a great one to end on. This is Beam Me Up. We're getting beamed up the way they did on Star Trek, but out of a beautiful, sort of looks like a nice forest. 6Ween5 says, just get more water from the tap. I don't get it. Yeah, you would think. You'd have to talk to somebody who's a water expert, one of these water infrastructure workers. Frivolous Disguise says, good day, Henry. I just woke up. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. And everyone typed force and says, it's the same as why don't homeless people just get a house? Yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's actually, there's a lot of details involved. All right, here we go, everybody. This is that part of the stream. Whoa, that looks weird. This is that part of the stream where we don't like it. We're done with the chatting and the guitar playing and all the fun stuff. Now it's time for us to do what we came here to do, the work. And that's called cooking. So without further ado, here we go. Why is it kind of off? There it is. There's some shuffling going on with our mascot here, Brisket. I'm going to show it again because it's such a damn cool video. I caught Brisket in a rare moment of massive amounts of energy last night, running through the halls of my apartment building. It's even, since it's slow motion, it's got this horror movie type sound effect. I feel like we're watching Backrooms or one of those. Look at this. I think Brisket could be an actor in Backrooms. That's so cool. One more time. Ladies Laid, Brisket is 3 years old. Very cool. Quite the athlete. Ghostina Gutter says, oh my goodness, she's so adorable. Yeah, she really is. And she is currently sleeping. Let's put the camera back. Probably all tuckered out from all that running. All right. Well, here we are. We're doing it. We're cooking. Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers set.
Okay. Frivolous Disguise says, let's cook. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to be making an old classic favorite. This is called the mac and cheese, and mac is short for macaroni. And this is assembled by putting cheese into a pasta and allowing it to melt all over, and thus becoming completely 100% submerged in the fluid of the cheese. So since it is the 4th of July coming up here, which is Independence Day here in the US, we will be using American cheese, which is it's apparently not an actual cheese, it's a cheese product. It's made from, I'm not sure actually, but we've got our salt and pepper shakers. We've got our garlic power. That's going to be good. And then our stoked paprika. We also need some milk. So let me get that. It prefers whole milk, but I have some half and half. No, we're going to use the whole milk and just sort of hope that works. Okay. So let's take a look at our order of business. I just put into Google how do you make homemade mac and cheese, and we're gonna do it. Maui Girl says, I tried the Panera mac and cheese from Costco. I really didn't understand why it had so much sauce. I'm not really sure why that would be. Boner of a Lonely Fart says half and half is the same as whole milk. Yeah, you're right. You're doing half and then another half, of course. Computer, why do they call it half and half?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
No one knows. If a computer that's connected to all of the totality of human information doesn't know the answer, then I don't think anybody would ever know the answer. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says half and half is when you divide whole milk by 2. Oh, okay, well that does make sense. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We've gone through the ingredients. Oh, we're also going to need some butter. And you know what? I think I might pull out my pecorino for this. I have a little bit of pecorino left over from one of the recipes that we made not too long ago, and I think it's still good. Carino Opinion, yeah, it's a very, very pungent sort of a foul-smelling cheese that we might want to put into our dish today. Royal Flush 9 says it's a hard cheese. It can only get harder. Yeah. Computer, how would you describe pecorino cheese?
Pecorino is a cheese made from sheep's milk, known for its firm texture and nutty flavor. It comes in various ages, with younger versions being milder and older ones more robust. Enjoy it shaved over salads or melted in dishes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna put sort of a gourmet feel. Yeah, it's known for its nutty flavor. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is cook the pasta. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the work. We're gonna cook these according to the directions. Well, this was stupid. I threw away the directions. I threw away the package because this is the last that there was. But if I remember correctly, when you make pasta, you're basically just putting water on a boiler. Computer, how do I cook pasta?
Here are the cooking instructions for pasta in red sauce. Sauté onions, garlic, and red chili in butter until golden. Add tomatoes, oregano, and salt. Simmer until a thick sauce forms. Mix and cook pasta. Garnish with coriander leaves. Serve hot.
That's way too much shit. We're not doing that. I was pretty sure that you just boil it in water. Okay, let's do this. You can see I've got my infrared stove. As usual, we've got way too much shit here. A little piece of cheese just fell off, and I'm actually very hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that. It's good. Z Bradbell says, have you ever made a whole dish by just following computer's instruction? No, but I am kind of doing that right now with Google, and I think it's a very similar situation. Parasitosis. You cannot be fooled. You are absolutely right. This is not spaghetti, it's fettuccine. I'm not sure that makes a difference for the purposes of today. I think they're all made of the same stuff. Narcoleptic Rage says you could cook it by ordering it and having it delivered. Oh, I really wish. But here's the thing. I know how to do this. I didn't ask for this calling. It's just something that I happen to be good at. Yes, Royal Flush 9, you're absolutely right. We are doing that. Thanks for reminding me. I happen to be good at this, so I have to teach it. It sort of fell upon me. I can't believe I forgot all about the game that Quanto made for us. It's just been, there's been a lot of other types of distractions here. So let's get that started right now. It's called Kitchen Chaos. Why am I not finding it all of a sudden here? Okay. Oh, here we go. Cooking Chaos. That's what it is. That's why I messed it up. I hope this is going to work. Is there a poll going? Yeah, I believe there is a poll going. So you can vote on the poll. All right, and then I believe we are all set now. I'm always kind of surprised, actually, when everything is working from a technical perspective. And I'm very pleasantly surprised that it is. So what's going to happen is during Cooking Chaos that Quanto made, we're going to vote on certain side tasks while the cooking is happening. And we'll see what happens here. All right. Royal Flush 9 says, we got all the technical issues out of the way at the beginning. Yeah, we sure did. Okay. So we've got our water boiling, sort of. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I don't have macaroni, but I want this to look as much like macaroni and cheese as possible. So I'm going to actually break our macaroni or our fettuccine into smaller pieces that are about the size. Computer, how long is a macaroni?
Macaronis usually can last in the fridge for 3 to 5 days and in the freezer for 3 months. However, you should always pay attention to expiration dates on packages and spoilage signs in new food. Did that answer your question?
No, it did not. Not even a little bit. Uh-oh.
Thanks for your feedback.
Pet brisket. Okay. We have an assignment from Cooking Chaos. We have to go over and pet brisket. Okay. I think we did it. There will be another one coming up. Okay, let me just see here. Let's check in with our recipe. Oh, yeah. So now it is time for us. Yeah, I also want to check in on our... there's so many things to check in on. Lady Dina, thank you so much for cheering 10 bits. Now let's go ahead and I couldn't get computer to tell me how long a macaroni is, but I think it's probably about an inch. We're just kind of guesstimating here anyway. You know, I was reading recently, did you know that it's actually a sharp knife is safer than a dull knife? I thought that was fascinating. And I also read that in the old days, when they used to have, before they had forks, wow, these are very difficult to break. My God. We might need a stronger knife. And they're getting all over the fucking place. Damn it. This sucks, guys. This isn't gonna work. Let's try the Ubu. The Ubu pretty much always works, but it does make a mess of everything. This stuff's getting all over the frickin' place. Oh my God. Kalamazoo Dog says my heart rate is increased and my breathing is labored. Yeah, me too. This is very difficult. Messy. Oh. And I just don't think I have even the physical or the mental capacity to do this right now. But you know what? Cooking is hard. If cooking were easy, then they wouldn't call it cooking, would they? They'd call it easy time. And that's not what we're doing here. Okay, we did it. It was not easy, but we did it. So now I'm going to take this. For our macaroni. Now we're going to call it macaroni. It's no longer fettuccine because remember, pasta is just whatever shape it is that defines it. Okay. I'm worried that I'm also getting whatever crud was on my cooking board into there. We've got a lot more of this to go, so I'm gonna get as many of these as I can. But yeah, I don't want to just be picking up random crumbs and stuff from my counter, which is filthy. If you notice, this counter is actually a color where you can't tell when it's dirty. You can't even tell if there's roaches walking around on that thing unless it's moving. But other than that, it's very difficult to tell whether what I'm doing right now is sanitary. But the boiling water should make it okay. Yeah, this is weird. Everything that we're doing right now is not the way that you're supposed to do it. We're doing it in the weird way. But it's the only way we know. Like, what's this? Looks like a toenail or something. All right, that's grossing me out. I'm gonna take let's clean this up. Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers set.
I didn't even do a timer. Computer, set timer for 7 minutes, I guess.
7 minutes, starting now.
All right. I think we kind of got out of that unscathed. Uh-oh. I've got some pasta burning here. I know you guys have questions. I will be getting to them. Just give me a moment here to gather my thoughts. How badass is this thing, huh? We've got a couple of real badass pieces of equipment here. When you're walking around the mean streets of Glendale, California, you kind of need a couple of items. You know, you need one of these. You also probably could use one of these. And these are not to hurt anybody. They're just supposed to act as a deterrent. Maui Girl 45 says, I saw a huge roach last night. Oh my goodness. Oh, we've got a new task, but here, hold on. I saw a huge roach last night and a centipede the night before. Also, I have a millipede infestation. My ex is an exterminator too. I can't wait to get back to my school bus. Yeah, damn. That's quite a bit of wildlife. Now, Maui Girl, do you guys have scorpions there in Hawaii? Because they've got them here in the Southwest, and I'm not a fan. All right, let's see what our task is here. Oily hands. Oh boy. Oh, only hands. Okay, I'm trying to remember what that means exactly. Only hands. I can only use my hands, meaning I can't use a utensil. Okay. Well, I'm glad we just did what we did, because that would have been pretty bad. That would have been very difficult. So, no utensils. No, I can't stir the pasta. That would be absolutely ridiculous, because that would be boiling water. But here's what I can do. I can shake it. That way I'm still using my hands, but we're kind of doing... It's a little dangerous to do it that way, but that's all right. Okay, so now we need to put a little bit of oil in there. I think I might use a little bit of the Acavado. I'm really running low on this stuff. And maybe a little bit of salt. We've got our Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper shakers. Absolutely adorable. Let's keep stirring it up with no hands. I know you guys have questions. Let me get to some of these. Dark Ages says, I'm back. Sorry I missed so much. Only Hands is OnlyFans spinoff. Yeah, I think it's a very similar concept anyway. Hey, Butt Smasher Masher says, looks yummers, and also subscribe for 9 months. Thank you very much, Butt Smasher Masher. That's very, very generous of you to subscribe to us here. And Ladies Laid and Lady Dina, thank you very much for your cheering as always. Okay, well, all right, in keeping with the spirit of the thing, I thought it said oily hands, but regardless, if I want a tablespoon of oil, I guess I would have to put it in here. Actually, I don't even need to rinse my hand. I can just hold it over this. Can't stir it with a utensil. I have to do this. I really can't think of any way to strain this. So I'm kind of hoping that our timer goes off before this thing. I hope this thing's done before the timer goes off. Computer, how much time left?
You have 1 minute and 40 seconds left on your 7-minute timer.
Uh-oh. Frivolous Disguise says, did you know that laughing is semi-banned in Hawaii? You're only allowed aloha. And it's spelled L-O-W-H-A. So I imagine that a ha would be a laugh, but a very low one. Interesting. I didn't know that. Narcoleptic Rage says, I remember one time I was driving my car through an alley and someone pulled out of their garage. Yikes. They made a small dent on the side of my car. They got out, and here's the thing. They yelled, "Ali dente." Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense. You were in an alley, and it sounds like they caused a dent there, so that makes 100% sense why they would yell "Ali dente." Carinu Prinian says that's why it's called Hawaii. Sixween5 says you could dump ice cubes into it, rapidly cool it down, and use your hands to strain it. Yeah, that's true. Or I can just wait for it to run out, because we do have a lot of work to do. Everyone Type Forsen says, I accidentally burned my Hawaiian pizza because I forgot to set the oven at a low heat. Okay, new poll. Apparently there's a new poll here. Computer, stop. Okay, here we go. We're going to need to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to borrow Brisket's camera for this. We need strainer. Oh, I can do that one. Computer, set timer for 6 hours.
6 hours, starting now.
Okay. Sorry, the camera work is not awesome. So this serves a dual purpose. We're going to be pouring boiling water. And that's going to kill any bugs that we have there too. Okay. And I think we're done with our infrared stove here. So we have macaroni. Now that it's softened, we're able to sort of visualize how it could be more of a macaroni situation. And now, of course, it is time for us to computer, how much time left?
You have 5 hours and 58 minutes left on your 6-hour timer.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Kind of hard to get all these out. I think that kind of worked out what we did there. I was hoping for way more pasta than this. I think we lost a lot of our pasta just sort of to the ether when we were cutting it with our Ubu. Androphyte says there's cursor in the middle of the screen. In the middle of our screen, there's a cursor? How can that be? Okay. Let's take a look at our next order of business here. We've cooked the pasta according to the directions. I can't believe it took that long. Now we're going to warm the base. So in the same pot that we used for the pasta, we're going to melt the butter over a low heat. And how much butter? 4 tablespoons, but we're not using nearly as much. So we're going to go ahead and do 1 tablespoon. And I think I'm going to use the Ubu. That worked. That was almost overkill. Okay, so we're gonna put our butter in there, let that melt a little bit, and next up we are going to be so we're warming the base. Next, we're going to melt the cheese. Okay, while that's going, it's time for me to do another shout out to our sponsor. So a couple of things, if you're just joining us, and right now we have 264 people viewing. Holy shit. All right, let me just sort of explain what's happening. We are currently in the process of making mac and cheese out of American cheese slices. And I have more of these if this isn't going to be enough. We also are looking at our mascot, Brisket, who is a temporary mascot. He's not a permanent, or she's not a permanent situation here. But we do have a quick video that I'm going to show of Brisket running. And I think that this dog might actually have some kind of special running power. Sorry about the creepy looking video, but it was slow motion. Pretty great. Okay, so we are being sponsored by Smithfield Pork Products, and what they do is not only they make all kinds of pork products, but the products are actually pre-prepared, so you don't have to do any work. So in just a second here, I'm going to show you their website. Purple Donut Filling is Fruit. Thank you so much. Purple Donut Filling is Fruit has gifted a tier 1 sub to Poop on My Hands 42. Thank you very much, Purple Donut Filling is Fruit. I also want to say, during the time that the stream is being sponsored, the subscriptions are half price. So that's kind of a cool thing right there. All right, now it's time for us to go through the website here. So let me go ahead and do that. First off, I'm going to do this thing. Okay. Here we go. So the product is Smithfield Prepared Pork, and the particular line of products that they're pushing right now is these pre-seasoned things, because you don't have to do the work. You don't have to do the marination or anything like that. It says right here, flavor is easy, for me at least. I'm a seasoned pro. Literally, I do the hard work. You just take the delicious bite, take a look at everything I bring to the table. All you have to do is throw these on the grill. They've already been pre-marinated, and they're gourmet. They're really good. So if you'll bear with me here, I'm just going to read through, and please excuse that construction that's going on outside. This stream is sponsored by Smithfield. Whoa, okay, we're going to get to that. We have another kitchen chaos that just came up. We're going to get to it in a second. This stream segment is sponsored by Smithfield. Whether you're hosting a backyard barbecue or a casual family get-together, Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork delivers bold, craveable flavor with minimal prep. That's the important part. These ready-to-cook products are freshly seasoned and marinated, making it easy to serve up versatile, protein-packed meals any night of the week. Look at these new flavors: garlic and herb, sweet and smoky barbecue, osso buco, chipotle, Caribbean jerk, carnitas, cilantro lime, mesquite barbecue, and brown sugar barbecue, alongside new cuts like pre-sliced ham strips, pork chops, and fillets. Effortless cooking. So pre-marinated and ready to cook, just heat and serve for bold, no fuss flavor. Versatile meals from burrito bowls to barbecue mac and cheese to pasta salads. Endless flavor options make mealtime easy. Protein packed, so a satisfying high protein option with 19 grams per serving to keep you full and fueled. And then, so there should be a link to the website that shows, but you want to pick up these Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork products at Walmart for an easy, flavorful weeknight meal. Or you can put it, I found that you can put in your zip code and it'll just tell you any store that's near you. Stephen Cat says, I make it sound so delish. We actually made some of these pork chops. We had the hickory smoked barbecue pork chops, and they were absolutely incredible. Ooh, Merrick's Ooh says, do you have a promo code? No, I don't believe there's a promo code. This is just something where you go to the store and buy it. You have a barbecue, you invite your friends over, and you throw it on the grill, and it tastes amazing. So, all right. With that being said, thank you very much for bearing with me through some advertising, and now it's time for us to see what our kitchen chaos, what does it say? Sound check. Okay, yeah, we have to do a sound check according to Quanto's kitchen chaos situation that we're doing here. I know also that you guys have questions, and I want to get through them. Royal Flush 9 says, if they were Canadian, it would be al dente. Oh, we're going back to the, oh yeah. So al dente is the way that this pasta is probably prepared, in that we didn't use the full amount of time for it. Um, oh, I see. So BK69 says the 50% off sub price is basically a promo code. Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. So remember, all subs for this whole campaign are going to be 50% off. Okay. Game Master Flash says, I got the Applewood smoked bacon pork loin for whenever I have friends over. There's no way I'll be eating it all alone in front of my computer with my cat while I watch YouTube videos about what love feels like. You know what, Flash? None of us here at Henry's Kitchen would judge you one bit if you were eating your pork products all alone in front of your computer with your cat while watching YouTube videos about what love feels like. Preferably, you'll be at a barbecue with lots of friends and everybody going, hey, throw another one of those hickory smoked ribs on there for me. But if that's the way you watch them too, you get no judgment from us. Certainly, these are things that you could just have while you're sitting there at home doing absolutely nothing. I understand. Not like that's the way that I'm going to be doing it, though. Okay, so we're getting off a little bit here. Sound check. Okay, so a lot of people may not be aware that in the music business, we do something called a sound check. This is your way to check the microphone. And the best word that you can use when you're doing that is the word help, because, and I'll tell you why, help contains the full dynamic range that you can test into the microphone of human sounds. You have the H, which is the soft sound, very soft. So if you can hear that H, then you know you're loud enough. And it's also got the too loud sound, the P, which is called the plosive. So just with one word, you can do a sound check, and that's how you know you got your mic working. Frivolous disguise. Yeah, try it. So here we go. Help. See, now I'm seeing a little bit of red there, so I'm going to turn that down. Help. Yep, still a little, coming in a little hot. Help. 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 Is it coming in hot on the P? Help. 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 Help me. Help me. Sometimes you can add the me in there if you want to get. So if you ever hear somebody yelling help, chances are it's a musician and they're just doing a sound check. Jay Vogt Gaming says, hey, Henry, I actually watched your YouTube comedy special the other day. Oh, thanks. I almost forgot all about it. And I absolutely laughed my ass off, going through a rough time. Oh, and you have helped me get through it. Wow, that's very nice to hear. Thank you for constantly being a light in the Twitch community. Love, buddy. That's very nice to hear, Jay Vogt Gaming. I don't know how you pronounce it, Vote. But it's very nice to hear that message. That special, I recorded it 10 years ago, and the folks at Blonde Medicine YouTube channel reached out to me, and they said, because we never found anybody who wanted to buy it. We never found a home for it. It was just really, it's a difficult business. And they said, well, we'd like to make a deal with you and put it on the YouTube channel. And I was like, that's great. So the main reason that I wanted to do it was because I wanted people to see it. And so you just made me feel a lot better there, Jay Vote. I appreciate that. Very nice to you. Vote. Okay, so it's Vote. All right. I had it close. Thanks for that message. That's very nice. It looks like we have another Kitchen Chaos. We're done with the sound check, and now we have to add cumin. Oh boy. All right. So we've got our pasta here. Oh, and we've got our butter. So the question is, which one are we going to add it to? I ran out of the Henry's Kitchen cumin, so we're going to be using the one from Whole Foods. Okay, here we go. Let's put a little bit here. And a little bit Here. You know, it's a good spice, and I think it's probably going to be okay. Wow, we really kind of burned the hell out of our butter. I don't know what we were thinking there. You know, we just got so into talking about stuff, and time got away from us. So, all right, we have added that. So let's go ahead and dismiss that. And let's see what our next order of business is here. Sorry, everybody. A lot of navigation to be going through here. Cooking chaos. Okay. And I want to check in on our alerts here and see how that's going. We have Anonymous. Thank you so much for gifting J Vote Gaming a sub. That's very kind of you. And once again, Purple Donut Filling is Fruit has gifted a tier 1 sub to Poop on My Hands 42. I want to welcome Poop on My Hands 42 to the community here. Thank you so much for doing what you do, which apparently is pooping on your hands. Okay. Try yelling fire, says Narcoleptic Rage. Yeah, that's not a bad sound check either. You're going to get a different spectrum of sounds there. Okay, where's our recipe? Oh, yeah. So we've warmed the base. Now we're going to melt our cheese. We're going to pour in on the butter. Oh, we want it to be on low heat. I didn't realize that. All right. So a lot of thinking going on here. I think I'm going to ubu off just a little bit more butter because we kind of fried that last bit of butter. And so we're going to pour in our milk. And we're going to unwrap our slices and we're going to tear them and drop them into the warm fluid. Something like that, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing here. But you're here and I'm enjoying it. And chances are it's going to come out fine, I guess. So it's 4th of July coming up here. Independence Day here in the United States. And we like to celebrate by barbecuing and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I would use what's called American cheese for this. We've all heard of cheddar, and I guess there's a whole bunch of other types of cheeses as well. Swiss, French, but we're going to be using a basic American, I think they call this wild American cheese. You want to get rid of the plastic. You do not want to get this plastic in your mouth or in your stomach or any of that kind of stuff. Take this out of the plastic and rip it up into smaller bits. And then you should have a situation here where you've got kind of a cheesy sauce happening. Guitar Joe says, so we can't gift a specific viewer with a discount? I actually thought that all subs were, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the mods know that, but I thought all subs were 50% off no matter what. Let me know. Nymph Mystical says, I always like the wrapping with my cheese, kind of like apples. Oh, I see. Well, maybe they put it in an edible situation. Ew. What is that thing? I think this is just a really burned pasta piece. It's funny because I'm actually a little surprised at how lumpy it is. I'm gonna get another piece of our cheese. Once again, we want to take that plastic off the top there. You do not want to leave that in there. So I don't know why it looks like this stuff doesn't really melt. Like, shouldn't it? It's literally boiling. Like, why isn't it melting, I guess? What's happening there? I don't get it. It's like lumpy. You turn the heat down. Oh, maybe you have to whisk it with your fork. Maybe this is how they make cottage cheese. I don't know if you can see that, but it's lumpy. Beanie Bobini says just fold it in. Okay. I've seen that term before. I never really knew what they meant. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, I gifted a specific viewer because I'm a high roller. Get creative. Yeah, you're right, Flash. AJ Styles says, I thought you were going to cut the cheese with the plastic still on. No. I'm glad I didn't do that. I almost did. Okay. So now we've cooked the pasta. We've warmed our base. We've melted the cheese. Stirred continuously until smooth. It's, whoa, okay, we've got another one here. Add hot sauce. Interesting. Okay, I think we can do that. I have somewhere some Tabasco. Whew, this stuff's pretty strong. No expiration date on there. Okay, here we go. We're going to make this a spicy version. Oh, and we do have some of our stoked paprika that I think we're going to add into there. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know what I was doing. I'm just sitting there pouring it in willy-nilly. Okay, I have seasonings of our own. We've got some garlic powder. If you see that. Garlic powder. Computer, what's the difference between garlic powder and garlic salt? Because it did say garlic salt.
Garlic powder is made from dried garlic and has no added
powder.
salt, giving it a stronger flavor. Garlic salt mixes powdered garlic with salt, so it's saltier and adds extra seasoning to dishes.
Some
With
pepper.
that garlic flavor, the garlic powder is better for low salt recipes.
Okay. Oh. I guess now it's time to fold the cooked macaroni into the cheese sauce until such time as it is evenly coated. Let's do that now. Boy, I gotta say, that stoked paprika stuff smells fucking good. That stuff is so good smelling. Computer, what is stoked paprika?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Computer, what is stoked paprika?
A stove damper helps control the flow of air and smoke in wood or gas stoves, improving efficiency and safety. It's a useful feature for better cooking and ventilation performance.
What are they going to come up with next here? I'm going to do use your hands only here because I can't seem to get it with the fork. I want to get as much of this pasta as we can because we didn't really make a lot of it, or we lost a lot of it in the ubu cutting process. Computer, do people often cut pasta with an ubu?
Many people use a fork to twirl and lift pasta, making cutting unnecessary. Most pastas are soft enough to eat without cutting, and using a fork is the common method. Enjoy your meal.
That's what this is called, right? An ubu, I believe. Am I saying that wrong? Okay, now I'm going to put in our pecorino. We're going to use the microplane. What the fuck? Narcoleptic Rage has gifted 5 tier 1 subs. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you, Narcoleptic Rage. And also, this is kind of a beautiful story. Guitar Joe has gifted a tier 1 sub to Son of a Gamer is Taken. That's really... Whoa, I can't put too much of this stuff. It's very pungent and foul smelling. We just put a little bit in there. Thank you very much, Guitar Joe, for your generosity to the community and all that you do. Those pics that you shared with us looked awesome. Wow, you know what? I think we might have a good looking recipe here on our hands. So far, this is looking good. I don't know if it is good, but it looks pretty much like mac and cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and get a plate. I'm going to put away some things. This stuff came to the rescue as always. That was pretty awesome. I'm going to put away our butter because that's going to melt. I know you guys have questions. Oh, there's a new poll. New poll going on, and I'm going to get rid of the hot sauce here. Okay. One more kitchen chaos. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to look at some of your questions. 00 Myrex 00 says the same piece of foil could truly last for 10 years. Yeah, I think you're right about that. I'm certainly going to use it for about that much time. That way you don't have to keep buying it. Son of Gamer is taken. Hey, HP. What would you do if a priest on TV said the world is ending? I don't know if you ever think about that. Yeah, I have thought about that. I think I would probably just live my life the same way I always do. Probably do some cooking. There's a famous expression, even if I knew tomorrow that the world was going to end for sure, I would still plant an apple tree today. So that's a person who's deluding themselves into thinking that the world's not going to end. But they're usually the ones that get caught off guard. Just sort of putting stuff away here. Uh-oh. Speed run. Okay. Let's do this quickly. Let's put the milk back. Couple of the items, the Ubu, microplane, bowl. We didn't even use this bowl, I don't think. All right, let's get our, this is probably good for us. Let's get our pasta out here. Wow, this smells kind of like a fancy restaurant. I think it's the Stoked Pampika. Let's get everything going here. Get it ready for tasting. Let's take a look at how ours compares to theirs. What do you guys think? I think it looks kind of the same, no? They have a black background, or what do you call that? A cast iron dish or something like that. But I think we're doing pretty well right here at Henry's Kitchen with our mac and cheese. This is American style mac and cheese. We only used American cheese for this. Parasitosis says bowl. Yeah, is that what that's called? I thought it was more of a pan or something. Oh yeah, you're right, it is a bowl. My eyes are really bad. Okay, here we go. It is time to do us some eating. Chuck Logan says theirs is artificially AI enhanced. Yeah, that's usually what these websites do, is they artificially enhance it. All right. I'm going to put some water in this thing. This is going to be hell to clean. But it's just one of those things we have to do. I want to thank Quanto for Kitchen Chaos. But it's time to stop Kitchen Chaos. That was a lot of fun. It's always fun. Thank you for reminding me too, because I sometimes forget Kitchen Chaos and I don't want to forget it. Okay, everybody. Well, let's see how we're looking here. Narcoleptic Rage, thank you again for your extremely generous, very, very generous donation of, or gifting of 5 Tier 1 subs. We have a lot of comments here. Flaming Granny says, I know something I'd like to artificially enhance. Wow, Flaming Granny's sounding kind of saucy there. Guitar Joe says, standard mac and cheese probably uses powdered American cheese, which is sourced from actual cheddar. Oh, okay. BK69 says, what are your feelings on ground pepper and ketchup on mac and cheese? I think it's a gourmet. Ooh, ketchup, I don't think I like it. The only thing I've ever liked ketchup on was burgers, really. Not sure if I'm a fan. The other thing that you said, though, ground pepper, yeah, we can do that. I have a black peppercorn grinder here. I think we can probably do that, and that might even add a little bit of contrast to our visual. No offense to our pepper from our salt and pepper shakers, but the reality is this is a little bit more, I don't know. I actually don't know what this is going to taste like. This is not a slam dunk. As a matter of fact, the consistency is a little grossish. Let's see how it smells. We put a lot of stuff in here. Because of Kitchen Chaos, we put some hot sauce and some cumin in there, plus stoked paprika, salt and pepper, but I wasn't really using any kind of measurements in terms of how much. So let's see what happens here. You know what? Okay, it's not fucking delicious. The question is it just fine? Son of Gamer is taken says his face says it tastes like shit. Well, I think it was more surprise than anything else. The hot sauce really kind of took me by surprise. It tastes mostly like hot sauce. And Joe Papaluzzi, you're right. It looks a little goopy. Yeah, I'm going to say Okay, we tend to round up here, so I'm going to say it's just fine. It's a 3. I think it leans a little bit underneath that, but I'll give it an average. 3 stars. It could be that I'm very hungry too, and you notice how everything sort of tastes okay. Beanie Bobini says, fuck. It makes me feel awful when you guys gamble on these, because I don't want to be responsible for anybody losing their channel points or, God forbid, money. I don't know what you guys gamble, but anyway. Parasitosis says, what Pauly Shore movie would you compare this to? I'd probably say In the Army. Dark Ages says, I missed the vote, but I'm trying to win my house back still. It's Kate X says, for legal reasons, the gambling is for fun. Also, no refunds. Okay. Well, it wouldn't be gambling if you got to get a refund. Yeah, I'd say it's just fine. I'm going to eat it. It's not good. Yeah, it's really not that awesome. All right, everybody. Well, we played a really fun game last time, and I want to play it again. So we're going to do that. F-Balls says, In the Army Now is pretty good. Is that what it is? In the Army Now? Yeah. Well, it's pretty good to you. To me, it was sort of average, I guess. Fine. There's a cameo at the very end with two wonderful guys. Ghostina Gutter says, I gambled and lost my house, but it's worth it. I'll get it back next week for sure. Well, I'm glad you're going to get it back at least. Okay, we're going to put the reverb on, and I'm going to do the thank you song. This is a song that we do. Look, it's no secret. It's not just me here. It's everybody. What you see here takes a village of people. You could even go as far as to say it takes the village people to put on a production like the one that we did today. And today I just saw that the singer of the Village People passed away today at about 74 years old, I think. He was a great singer. Can we get a fact check on what his name was? Something Willis. Yeah, right, Flash? Man, I loved that guy's voice. He was a great singer. He had that kind of voice that I like a lot. Belted it out. Not Bruce Willis. No. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit asks, did they bury him at the YMCA? Did they bury people there? I don't know. Beanie Bobini says too soon. It must be too soon to bury him at the YMCA. I do want to say what his name was, if we can find that. Computer, what was the name of the singer for the Village People?
From AppNews.com. Victor Willis, the lead
Victor
singer
Willis,
of the Village
yeah.
People, the group whose on-stage costumes and catchy songs including YMCA, In the Navy and Macho Man, made them a household name far beyond the disco era, died on Tuesday, the band said in a social media post this week.
That really was a kind of voice that I really liked, so it's sad to see him go. I'm sure he was a fine person as well. He was actually married. Did you know that? He was married to the mom on The Cosby Show. Little known fact. Okay, Corinne Opinion says, do you think you could learn Macho Man? Sure, I could. I love doing songs, vintage songs. BK69, yeah, he was the cop. But anyway, so we did get off just a little bit. Yeah, he was straight. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I said, you know, he was married to the mom on The Cosby Show, and then he said, well, are you sure maybe he wasn't trying to hide his homosexuality? And I said, I don't think so, because Seems to me like being the front man of the Village People wouldn't be a great way to achieve that. Game Master Flash, so I think he was. Hearing Henry sing Body, Wanna Feel My Body sounds hilarious. It might happen. If you request it, we'll do it. Slide Whistle says an exception to the ACAB rule for sure. I don't know the ACAB rule, but I'm going to have to look it up at some point. All right, but we're going to do a song here that goes out to all of you, the users of Henry's Kitchen, and the people who make so much happen for us here. And here we go. Guitar Joe says strong song structure. Yeah. Yeah, that's I'm familiar with that. And then there's also the song Abacab by Genesis, which is a great song. But we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. We're going to do this the way we did it the first time that we ever did it, which is to the tune of Roger Miller's classic song, the tribute to the working traveling salesman, King of the Road. A lot of my comedian friends are kings of the road as well, so this goes out to them. But it mostly goes out to you, the users of Henry's Kitchen, and I hope you enjoy it. Who do we got here? Oh yeah. Floccan and Dingo Bob, Dom Beef Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Ogle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, and also Shane, yes, Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, it's Kate Kairosa, Bumble Vision and the LGX, Chef Reactions, Husky Boyle, Bill Larkin, Music and the Toilet, Nim, Moon, Amberoo, Orca Mind, S-Band, and Bonnie too, Dazzle, Capillary, Little Quest, Borson, Vanilla, and Parasitosis. Don't forget Beanie Bo Beanie, and also Quanto, and the Tier 3 subscribers like Embry225, Yarchasm, Nico Tazel, Michael Bublé 4422, Potato Cat Breeder, Passion, Arabin, Ocean 64, Midnight Fade, GSPX, Fanacity, and Poolboy 789. D's Nuts, Game Master Flash, Mimsy Coon, the Cat Food Taste Tester, the Chirin X, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi, Ransom GR, Aciditis, and Michelle Heffian, Dazzle Cat, Zod, Bane, and Toke My Nuts, Saguaro with Burrito 5555, Dinosaur, I Slap Cat Butts, JB's Text, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Hannib's One, Caitlin's Kitchen, BK69 and Roused Hour 007, Royal Flush 9 and Lacey T, Purple Donut filling his fruit, Tankard and Borson, and Zodiac Tom, Gary Busey, ASMR Alert, Bullshit, Nova Clarion, Mr. Gooseberry VT, don't forget Beanie Bo Beanie and Quanto. Labratz says, I'd buy this album. Maybe we're going to have to make an album of just that song. Reading off every user for 40 minutes. The Balderdash lad says, thank you, Henry, Brisket, and the users. Yeah, let's check in on Brisket and see how Brisket's doing. That's very cool. We have a request here for Sweet Home, Alabama. Something like that. Labrat says check for a pulse, but yeah, did you see the video? Just going to show it real quick here as we put away the guitar. Look at that. That's an athlete dog. And the slow-mo makes it very scary. Unintentionally scary. All right. Boy, that hot stuff is really hot. All right, so we're going to play this game that was recommended to us by a few of the users, mostly Parasitosis, and it's really a lot of fun. It appeals very much to my sensibilities of wanting to play poker. Oh, let's get rid of the... Check 1, 2. Also want to check in to see if there are any of our alerts going on here. Yeah, okay, so Narcoleptic Rage, thank you again. If anybody's keeping track, we have 742 subscribers, which is really, really amazing. Thank you so much. Ladies Late says, the light's blinking and a woman with dark long hair and a white nightgown comes crawling down that hallway. Yeah, that would be terrifying. It was supposed... It's funny because that video is supposed to be like uplifting, but it really is kind of terrifying. M. Cariotti says, I'm sorry I have to go. Thanks for a fun stream. All right, M. Cariotti, thanks for joining us as always. I hope you had a good time. We're going to go ahead and play a little Balatro, which is a super fun game that we started last time. But I have to power up the old situation here. Oh, we just got an alert. Hold on. I'm going to put on our Steam. And what did we get here? Beanie Bobini, our intern, has gifted a tier 1 sub to Joe Pupalazzi 69420 Weed. Thank you very much, Beanie Bobini, for gifting that. And thanks, Joe Pupalazzi 69420 Weed, for joining us here at the community. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Brisket. Brisket is doing a watchdog type situation. Haven't seen that one. Oh boy, there's a vacuum cleaner going on. That's going to piss him off. Or not. I don't know. Okay. Oh, we're going to have to turn off. It always wants to do all kinds of... Okay. We're getting there, everybody. It's going to happen here real soon. Oh, yeah. Here's the game. Let's go to the desktop audio. Here we go. We're doing it. Put on the crop. This music is going to get so stuck in your head. All right, I got to, let's see here. Profile 2, okay, play. We're going to continue where we left off. I hope everybody's doing okay. I want to be able to see everybody here. Okay, so the way this works is you've got these cool jokers. I've got $16. So just think poker, draw poker, And there's these cool variations. Not discovered. So this one, you earn $4 at the end of the round. That's cool. Earth. We're going to level up. Full house. Parasitosis says it's double audio. Is it really? It shouldn't really be. But maybe it is. Oh, you know what? It's probably just loud for me. Okay, do you hear... Is that better? Let me know if the sound is good. There we go. All right, thanks, Parasitosis. Sometimes it's loud for me. Or it's too loud for me. Okay, what's Earth? All right, Parasitosis, should I get Earth? It says I can level up to a full house. Oh, level up a full house to +2 multi. Yeah, sure, why not? Mostly full houses last time. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. All right, well, let's see what pack we should use. Choose one of up to 3 tarot cards to be used immediately. Okay, I'll do that. Which tarot card do we want? Enhances one selected card into a wild card. That sounds pretty good. Doubles the money. Now, I'm going to do that. That sounds great. Oh, I see. All right, I'll make the King of Clubs my wild card. Okay. Run info. Oh, okay. Wow. Do we have to get one of each kind of hand? Is that like a checklist? Because I can certainly do that. Okay. Let's just go into the next round. No, you don't, but it shows you the value. Oh, I see. Game Master Flash, it tells you what you score the biggest with. Okay. So it looks like a straight flush, obviously, but our full house is pretty good. It looks like we score more with a full house than we do with a 4 of a kind. So yeah, let's do full house. All right, next round. Oh boy, we have to beat the Psychic. Must play 5 cards. We have to score at least. Up the ante. Raise all blinds. Refresh blinds. Okay. I have a pair joker that buffs you. Oh, cool. All right. Well, let's see here. I see a pair of 10s, a pair of 7s, a pair of 5s. So I can get rid of my 9, my 4, hope that a 10, 7, or a 5 comes up. Eternal Coconut says you can upgrade hands, so you can do just high card or something if you get upgrades and jokers for that. It's not as poker hand oriented as it seems at first. Okay. All right. Well, why don't I just play this hand and I'll get rid of those. No, I won't get rid of anything. I'll just play 10, 10, 7, 7, and then I'll make my wild card. I'll make this one wild, right? Is that dumb? Where's that tarot card that I had or whatever? I thought I could... Oh, I used the wild on the king. Oh, of course. Yeah, I thought it was something that you could do while you're doing this process, but of course not. All right. Sorry, I'm still learning this a little bit. You could throw the 9 or the 4 into the hand to get rid of them as part of a played hand. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that. Discard these. All I need is one of these 3 to pair. There's only 6 cards that are going to help me in this. So it's a gamble. Yeah, or the king actually would help me too. I don't know if this was the best idea. I could get rid of a bunch of stuff and just play the flush. How do I do for a flush? Not that great. I don't know why I shouldn't have kept those other two. You also make more money by playing the least amount of hands. Yeah, I know. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna... Alright, I'm just gonna get rid of the 5s. Just gonna get rid of these also. Sorry, I'm a little rusty right now, but we'll get it. I need a 10 or a 7. King, Jack, and the 5s. Okay, yeah. But I like playing to my strongs. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Ah, we didn't get it. Oh man, I'm getting really unlucky here. Can't seem to get anything. All right, I'm just gonna go for a flush at this point. No? Should I? I just have too many damn pairs. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a flush because that way it's a way out here. I'm sure I'm gonna get a heart, right? We didn't get a heart, not even the king of clubs. This is so bad. Oh, I don't have any discards left. Wow, this is terrible. Game Master Flash says I'd play 2 pair, throw away at least some points on the board with a discard left. Okay, so I could do that. I don't even have the 2 pair anymore. I got rid of it. Boy, this one I really jacked it bad. Almost had a straight too. You have the multiplier for more discards. For no more discards. What does that mean? Oh. Yeah, I just have a real lousy hand here. I should have kept the pair. But I'm learning. Your Joker. Oh, here, I can use this, right? No, wait. When 0 discount. Okay, so it looks like I just have to pick a hand here and just play it. Got it. Did pretty poorly on that one. We only have 3 hands left. We better hope we get lucky. I have no discards left. So I literally just have to use this. Right? Like there's nothing I'm overlooking here, right? Okay, I got 2 pair. Wow, this is a whole different game when you can't discard. We did it! Okay, geez, that was stressful. So we beat the boss. Boy, that was really stressful, but we did it. Okay. Mult if all cards are spades or clubs. Well, we could do it. We could start trying to play the flush. I'll grab it. Level up, straight. Okay, flushes and straights. That's what I want to do now. Arcana we've done. Enhances one selected card into a stone. Converts 3 cards to clubs. Wait, that one was clubs, right? Mult if all hands... Yeah, that's good. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, but we have all these spades. We have two eights of spades. Boy, this is really tough. Your deck has more spades at the moment. Oh, okay. So I don't necessarily want to do that. All right, let's... We need a wild card. The ace of spades. The ace of spades. Good old Lemmy. All right, I'm gonna make this the ace of, or I'm gonna make this a wild card. I just kind of want to be impatient and just start playing here. Next round. Small blind. We can do this. I'm gonna go for a flush. 2 of spades. What does that mean? It's a mult card, right? Okay. I'm gonna go for a club. But I don't need the 2 of spades. Doesn't matter. Okay. We need clubs. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that's not a wild. Okay. So let's play it. Oh, I see. Yeah, we just about killed that one. Oh man, came just a little bit. Okay, sort the hand. Well, we can do this with no discards. I'm just gonna play this. Oh wait, no, I want 2s. What? Game Master Flash very generously just donated $20 to Henry's Kitchen, and there's a message here. Let's take a look. It says here, this is pizza money. Sorry the short fettuccine wasn't fucking delicious. You know what? I like to call it macaroni after we cut it, but I see what you mean, the short fettuccine. We still learn from the mid ones, so thanks for enduring the labor that is cooking for our education, enjoyment, and schadenfreude. I'll have to look that up. Thanks for having one of the best community. Thank you very much, Game Master Flash. That's a very appreciated donation there. Very kind of you. And again, thanks Beanie Bobini for gifting that sub to Joe Pupalazzi. All right. And let's just see how we're doing on some other fronts here. Okay, let's go back to the game here. So we'll cash out. Okay. All right. I think I'm getting even more of a hand. I'm getting warmed up, I think. Is 100 chips, minus 5 chips for every hand played. What's this? Level up 2 pair and yeah, let's get that one. Choose playing cards. Buffoon. Choose one of up to 4 Joker cards. Alright, we're doing it now. We're Balattroing. If first hand of round is a single 6, destroy it and create a spectral. No, I don't know what that means. When blind is selected, gain +3 hands and lose all discards. 1 in 4 chance to upgrade your level of your played poker hand. That looks pretty good. +1 hand size. Yeah, let's just do that one. Sell your superposition. It's worthless. Oh, okay. Create a tarot card. Okay, got it. Thanks for that tip. And I'm just going to do +1 hand size. Here we go. It's time. Wait. We already did a deck, right? No voucher? Oh, did I skip the voucher? I need to know about vouchers. We're gonna do that the next time. I do have another chance for a voucher. I just don't know what the fuck a voucher is. Alright. Oh, what? Did I just get 4 of a kind? Holy shit. And I got a wild card. I have 5 of a kind. I literally have 5 of a kind, guys. Let's see if we can beat that 7,501. Wait, all I got was 2,000? Oh, it's wild fursuit, not number. So I got 4 of a kind. Oh, that's right. And then 4 of a kind wasn't as good as the full house because of all the stuff that we had. That's all right. It was still pretty good. I could play this hand to ace, or should I try to improve? Use the planet cards. Level up straight. Level up 2 pair. Yeah, I'll do that. Use this one also? No, I don't have a straight. Oh boy, thought that was gonna go a little better. Beanie Bobini says destroyed Uranus. Yeah, it really did. Beelzebub says it'll remain leveled up. Oh, that's good. 8s, 9s and shit. Yeah, we're close to a flush here. I can discard 5 now, huh? Okay. No, we got it. 9, 8, 7, 4, 3. That's a flush. Should I use this? But that only helps if it's a straight. Play hand. Use it anyways? You can use it to save space regardless. Okay. Okay, very similar situation here. Oh. We have a flush. Oh wait, no we don't. Oh yeah, we do. Got 2 tens of diamonds. Alright, so you're saying use this? Okay. Whoa, we did it, huh? I'd say that was pretty damn good. Alright, I'm gonna get that voucher this time. Okay, cash out our $8. Level up. Full house. Well, we like the full house, right? Joker. What is this? All cards and packs in the shop area are 25 cents off. Okay, so we'll do that. Always use planets if they're in your top right. No reason not to unless you get them for free. Oh, I see. Okay, how are we looking here? Choose one of up to 3 playing cards to add to your deck. Okay. Which one should we get here? I get an extra discount. Or discard. Which one should I use? Extra discard? Blackboard Joker? This one? It's a ×3 mult if all cards held in hand are spades or clubs. Last one is +1 hand size. Okay, what is Son of Gamer is taken? Hey man, I would love to watch you play one of your old songs anytime. They're hilarious. Oh, thank you very much. There was a request for an old song called Blackboard Cell. Oh, sorry. That's not. No, it was called Too Much in Love with You. I'm going to do that one at some point. Okay, sell this one. Okay. And then which one do you like? How about just +1 discard? That's pretty good. I like discards. Alright, I think it's time, right? Choose one of 3 playing cards to add to your deck. Use those planets. Okay. Quanto says +1 D's. What's D's? D's what? Okay. Eternal Coconut says the $3 Joker is a random red score thing anytime it's played. Not sure what your... Quanto says D's nuts. Oh. Alright guys, this is a very serious game here. We don't want to be introducing all kinds of chicanery and tomfoolery while we're trying to play a game. So I'm trying to see. Eternal Coconut says the $3 Joker is a random red score thing anytime it's played. Not sure what your current Jokers do. I'm not sure either. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play because it gives you a random mult. Okay. Oh, I see. It's random. Yeah, I'll buy it. Oh wait, no, I don't have space. Inkstrobe, why so serious? I don't know. I just feel like it's a very serious. Gaming is a very serious undertaking, and it requires massive amounts of focus and concentration. And just doing these D's nuts jokes sometimes have the undesirable effect of getting us off. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Let's just go. Okay, choose your next blind. Reroll boss, $10. Wait, what does that mean? You're calling the Jokers. You have fun with it. Right now, you're still learning. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Should I just go for the 10,000? Choose your next blind. What does that mean? Reroll the boss? All face cards are debuffed. All my face cards are debuffed? I don't like that. Should I reroll? Just go for it? Or reroll? I'll go for it. Pancake King is right. It's a casino-like atmosphere. Okay, all my face cards are debuffed. Okay, but you know what? Look at these. Wow, we just rolled a flush. We can play that right now. I think that's going to be pretty good for us, no? Okay. So what do we got here? We have... Well, I thought I would have gotten a lot more money than that. So it doesn't score any abilities or chips, but it'll score points, right? Because this is pretty good. Well, I have a straight. 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. No points, only the score for the hand type. Oh boy, so that really sucks. I really don't have much. Why don't I get rid of... The ace and 10 would score, but not the faces. Ah. I really don't know what to do. You have a buttload of discards now. That's true, I have a lot of discards, so why don't I... But I don't have anything good. I literally just have nothing. Why don't I just... discard all of these face cards and just see what else happens. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Duza. Pair of 10s. Got some diamonds here. Should I just keep the 10s? Get rid of the king. I do have a flush, sort of. But a flush didn't really do me any good. Okay. Did I not get any hearts? Are you kidding me? Oh man, This game is driving me nuts. Do I just got to do the same thing again? Oh, I've got trip 8s. I'm just going to play that. Oh boy, this is going to be impossible, I think. Pair of 3s. That way. I got a straight. Almost a straight flush. But it's the best I can do, right? Okay. Got a new hand here. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got another straight. But there's no way we're going to beat. Yeah, it is over, Bobby Joe. It is taken. We fought valiantly. Look at that. We even got to 64. But I'm learning. Alright, let's do a new run. Parley Charker says, is Henry becoming a Balatro Pro? I wouldn't go as far to say that, but I definitely becoming probably about as good as my macaroni and cheese was. Purple Donut filling his fruit says, don't tell my boss I'm going to sit here quietly my last 7 minutes and watch you instead of work. All right, well, that's awesome. Thanks, Purple Donut filling his fruit. I don't know your boss, so I wouldn't even be able to tell him if I wanted to. Also, why would I really want to? Okay, Joker is unlocked. Continue. Reach Annie level 4. Okay. We're going to do a new deck. New run. Eternal Coconut says, I'm no expert, but I would focus more on Jokers than the upgrades for now. Yeah, I guess I hear that. Cyanar says he is a surgeon. And who's he? All right. Okay, I'm gonna let's see how we're doing here on time. Okay. I'm gonna get back to the game here, but just as part of my commitment here, it's hopefully not going to be troubling to anybody here, but I'm going to do, we are being sponsored by Smithfield Pork Products, so I'm going to do a shout out to their website right now. And I want to also say that if you want to subscribe, then you get 50% off. So at the time during the campaign. So here we go. This is their website, and hold on, I have to also start this other thing. So the product, and I want to mention that this particular part of the segment here is sponsored by Smithfield. The product is pork products that are already prepared. You don't have to do anything. And I know everybody's heard me say this several times, so I'm going to try to make it different somehow. But flavor is easy, for me at least, and I think that what they mean is the voice of the pork. I'm a seasoned pro, literally being seasoned. I do the hard work, you just take the delicious bite, take a look at everything I bring to the table, and then there's these amazing things. You don't have to do anything. You literally just package it and put it on the grill, and it absolutely just works right away. So whether you're hosting a backyard barbecue or a casual family get-together, or pretty much anything in between, I would say, Smithfield Marinated Seasoned Fresh Pork Products delivers bold, craveable flavor with minimal prep. These ready-to-cook products are freshly seasoned and marinated, making it easy to serve up versatile, protein-packed meals any night of the week. Featuring bold new flavors and cuts, garlic and herb, sweet and smoky barbecue, osso buco, chipotle, Caribbean jerk, carnitas, cilantro lime, mesquite barbecue and brown sugar barbecue alongside new cuts like pre-sliced ham strips, pork chops, fillets, and it's effortless, pre-marinated, ready to cook. Just heat and serve for bold, no-fuss flavor. And you can go to the website, it'll tell you where you can get it. You put in your zip code. The meals are versatile, from burrito bowls to barbecue mac and cheese. Probably not completely unlike what we made today, but probably way tastier. Pasta salads, endless flavor options make mealtime easy. Actually, I wish I had one of their products to put in my, like over my macaroni and cheese today as a bed. That would have been great. So protein packed, a satisfying high protein option with 19 grams per serving to keep you full and fueled. Pick up Smithfield Marinated and Seasoned Fresh Pork at Walmart for an easy, flavorful weeknight meal. And I want to say also, I found out it's not just Walmart. You can go to the website and put in your zip code, and it will tell you where you can get it in your neighborhood. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Smithfield, for sponsoring us today. And we're going to get back to the game, but first I want to make sure... Oh, yeah. Thanks again, Cher Not the Singer, for sending us this cool pic. And let's get back into it. Oh, wait, that's the... I really am not great when it comes to the whole technical situation. But, oh yeah, here we go. There we are. All right, so we're back to our game now. Okay. So is there anything, Parasitosis, are you still out there? Is there anything that I have to do? Or we're literally starting from the very beginning, huh? Am I correct about that? Okay, wow. Okay, well, here we go. This time we're going to totally kill it. I'd like to know what some good scores are. Let me know what a good score to aim for would be. Okay, well, I know we can beat 300, so... Should I go ahead and just do my kings? Play that, just see what happens? Oh, I see. That's not going to be like it was before. We're starting like literally at the very beginning. So, okay. Here's a new hand. Pair of twos. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I got a straight. Let's play that. McFlurry Mac says, I go for flushes and get jokers that multiply those. Okay. Okay, that's what I'll do. That's a good strategy. For now, anyway. Okay, wow, we still haven't hit it, huh? Well, I'm just gonna... I think my 7s and 2s will do it. Is there any reason to go for a higher hand than whatever you will probably get? I'm curious about that. Ladies Late says, I could do some research and check if we have something at all from Smithfield here. Oh, okay, cool. McFlurry Mac, I mean, it's there. I will take a higher hand. Okay, I'm going to cash out. I'm going to do maybe one more round here, and then I think it's time for us to go ahead and... Okay, I'm going to take a voucher because Beelzebub says that you have to. Oh, I don't have enough money for it. Okay. I'll buy that. And that Joker. What does this do again? Plus 30 chips for each remaining discard. Okay, cool. Alright, let's do it. Oh, Buffoon Pack, I can't because I just spent my money. I should have, though. Alright, I'm going to do one more round, and then I think it's time for us to go our separate ways. But let's select. I'll get to the end of this round here. 3-3. No, okay. I don't see any much really. Okay, we got a couple of kings here. That's good. Oh, should I play this? Didn't you say always use these? Oh, try not to discard with this Joker. Oh, okay, good. Good call. If you bought it, use it. Okay, got it. But do I have anything here? Two. Not clubs. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and play this. See if we get there with that one. The discards. Yeah, we did it. That was good advice. Thank you. Oh, Duzas says Mary's Milk Monster is live. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid Mary's Milk Monster because we got a really good raid from Mary's Milk Monster last time. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and quit out of this. This is awesome, though. It's a super fun game. We'll do more games with the users, too, but... All right, everybody. We're going to do a raid. I want to thank everybody for putting up with some of my nonsense and my clumsiness and sort of my general inability to do things well. And I also just, in general, want to thank you for being just such a great community. Wow, we have 743 subscribers here. That's really amazing. Yeah, ladies, late, I'm leaving. Wow, thanks so much for sticking around this whole time. Hey, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says that the longer streams have been awesome. Wow, I'm glad to hear that. All right, Probably a Dolphin has subscribed here at the Prime level. Thank you very much, Probably a Dolphin. And I'm going to be back here Sunday at 12 noon Pacific time. It's going to be July 5th. We did our tribute to America today with our Independence Day American cheese, which turned out to be not that bad. It was fine. And we're going to go ahead and... so I hope everybody has a great holiday, whether it's 4th of July, if you're here in the U.S. or whatever you're celebrating. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Thanks, Parasitosis. Happy 4th right back to you. And we're going to go ahead and do a raid here to someone who has helped us out in a huge way. Let's see how we do this here. Mary's Milk Monsters. Start raid. It looks like they're berry picking bike ride. Wow, are they on a bike right now with a helmet cam? That's pretty cool. I don't know how much Mary's Milk Monsters is going to be able to interact, but looks pretty cool. Thanks, everybody.
Looks like there's a hand